is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Good morning, Macomb. Today is Friday, April 6th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Devin Brooks.
And I'm Nick Garrett. Today I'll sit down with two ladies from the Leatherneck softball team.
Plus, in just a minute, you'll want to stick around for a little boy going viral for his singing sensation inside a Walmart. It's a must-see.
Oh, yeah. And when you thought spring had sprung, wait to see what else winter has in store for us this weekend.
But to start off, we all live in a social world, and Facebook is the #1 used social media platform. We use it for everything from chatting with friends to shopping.
However, recently Facebook has been under fire for giving information away without permission. News 3's John Benedict went to find out just how much Facebook knows about you.
With today's technology, we literally have the whole world in the palm of our hands. But does the world also have you? Facebook, along with the apps it partners with, are under fire for holding and using users' information without their knowledge. I went into the student union here at WIU to ask how people felt about Facebook's intrusion, but most people were apprehensive. Until one man agreed, and his reaction says it all.
Now, do you ever log into apps using your Facebook account?
All the time.
All the time?
Yeah, because it's just easier to sign up that way. So.
Well, you're right, David. It is easy. Almost too easy. Literally at the push of a button, you skip that tedious login process, but at what cost? Thousands of apps, including Spotify and Hulu, use Facebook to substitute a traditional sign-up process. This access of information also gives Facebook permission to use in their advertising. Take mine, for instance. If I go into my Spotify settings in my Facebook app, it says I gave them permission to use all of my information. Not only that, but I also must make my Facebook profile public.
Facebook can give advertisers everything you use. So it says you use Chrome, Safari. It knows you have an Apple device. It knows what broadband you use. And it even knows, look at that, it even knows your political preference. And it can do this for anybody just because you said okay. What do you think about that?
I don't like that.
You don't like that? Why don't you like that?
Because I feel like they invaded my privacy. So, I mean...
But you gave them permission.
Yeah, but I didn't know I was giving them this much access to my life. And then for them to sell it or use it for their own purposes, it's kind of messed up.
It seems fine to use Facebook as a sort of universal password for apps. But we must ask ourselves, are we sacrificing security for convenience?
That was John Benedict reporting. On Thursday, Facebook also admitted to scanning the messages of its users. The company confirmed that it uses a tool that searches messages for malware links and possible child pornography. And according to CNN, there have been more than 80 million users' data stolen.
But now, this is a little more fun story. This story we told you that's taking social media by storm is an 11-year-old boy who's been trending all week on Twitter. This is a video that went viral from him yodeling at Walmart.
All I do is say, I that last long day she said goodbye. Well, Lord, I thought I would cry.
Listen to him. He is something else tapping that foot. That is Mason Ramsey of Harrisburg, Illinois. Mason's video has gotten so much attention that his parents have created a Twitter account for him to show off his talent. His Twitter account says he's been yodeling since he was 3 years old. In this video, he is singing a song by his favorite artist, Hank Williams, and the song is called Love Sick Blues. He is going to be something one day, maybe like the next American Idol or America's Got
Hank
Talent.
Williams, I know. He's even got the whole attire and everything. You know, he fits that whole Hank Williams kind of the style that he has.
He's going to be something, you bet.
Oh, yeah. Well, moving from that, the second annual Foods for Family event is planned for this Sunday, April 29th.
The Macomb Park District, WIU faculty and staff, and several businesses and Macomb community members are collaborating to create this event. It was canceled last year due to rain, so this year 2 locations are reserved to hold the festivities. In hopes for a sunny day, it will be held at Veterans Park. But in anticipation for rain, WIU's Student Recreation Center will be the location of the event.
You must be 13 to participate, and teams can register up until April 14th on the Macomb Park District's website.
All right, listen up, dog owners. It's time to strap up your poodles this Mom's Weekend for the 9th annual Donna Phillips 5K Run Dog Walk.
The event will get underway Saturday morning. Check-in starts at 8:30 at Brophy Hall Gym. The run kicks off at about 9:30. The cost is $20 for students, $25 for non-students.
Teams of 2 for Mom's Day is $40. A student team of 4 is $60. And for a non-student team of 4, the cost is $80. You can register at the race and get more information at wiu.edu. Well, Macomb, WIU, and Sodexo are challenging the Macomb community to stuff the bus and get off your cans as they collect donations for local food pantries this month.
Starting Wednesday morning, a bus will be parked in Sherman Circle to hold donations. You can drop off 9 perishable food items until 5 p.m. that day.
Donations will also be collected that day at local grocery stores at Walmart, Hy-Vee, County Market, and Jackson Street Market. Since 2008, the local food drive has collected more than 100,000 pounds of food. And sticking locally, the Macomb Flags of Love Committee will be hosting a work day this Saturday to prepare for their next event.
The work day will kick off at 9 a.m. and will be inspecting and repairing 855 flags. Flags of Love is a community project that displays individual American flags representing deceased military veterans.
The organization says they need all the help they can get, and all help is greatly appreciated. If you are interested in helping, you can find more information on the Macomb Flags of Love Facebook page.
You want a nice evening of entertainment? Okay. The WIU Performing Arts Society is inviting Macomb residents to a night of dinner, dancing, and live music.
The Come Fly With Me Gala will take attendees to the golden age of flight with performances by Hollywood 5 Band. There will also be live silent auctions. The gala will go from 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. tomorrow in the Union Grand Ballroom. The price to reserve a table starts at $75 a seat.
Sounds like a good event. I think I
yeah.
might have to go to that. Now, many people we know not know that there are several ash trees in our area, and they are often being affected by certain diseases that can kill them and have effects on people.
But the WIU Forestry Club hopes to prevent that from happening.
Protecting the trees is important in a lot of ways that people aren't necessarily aware.
Protecting ash trees from dying of emerald ash borer, that's the mission of the WIU Forestry Club.
The students and I are trying to help protect ash trees in town, spread the awareness that ash trees are going to be endangered.
Emerald ash are small green beetle bugs that usually start to come out in May and June. They can kill ash trees as they lay eggs on the outside bark of the tree. When the eggs hatch, the infection causes the tree's nutrients and water to slow its growing process, which eventually causes the tree to die.
Protect the ash trees just because there is a high percentage of them because they're very native.
And the absence of ash trees can have effects on people as well.
Found about a 10% increase in mortality due to respiratory ailments, cardiovascular problem.
The infection to the tree can be hard to stop, but the students in the Forestry Club use special chemical treatments that protects the trees yearly. Leaves on an ash tree grow directly across from each other and in a pack of 5 to 10 leaves. The WIU Forestry Club is licensed to handle this type of tree service, so they want the public to contact them to prevent the infection. And the Forestry Club is asking for anyone that would like to know how much it'll cost to treat the ash trees. You can call the number on your screen and leave a message or send an email. They can also be reached at WIU Forestry Club on Facebook.
After the break, there's a local organization coming to WIU to help people suffering from trauma situations.
We'll have details on that event that they're holding when we come back. Please stay with us. You're watching Good Morning Macomb.
Cover ground, you couldn't keep me down. It Why I love to do sports anchoring? Because, I mean, it's talking about sports. I decided to come to Western because I wanted an experience that wasn't like some other schools. I did color commentary for one volleyball game. I was terrified. I never did any broadcasting in high school, but when I was talking, it was all, staggered, and I had no idea what I was saying. And now I've done so many different games as a color commentator, play-by-play, now sports anchor. Every show and every game, it gets easier and easier, and I get more comfortable doing it.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary, but I'm a little misunderstood. Sorry, I almost killed you. You've all been misunderstood. You're not a fighter.
Oh, I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Now from Macomb in high definition. Good Morning Macomb continues.
Welcome back. Knowing how to respond to a traumatic situation is not always the easiest thing. And we don't always know what to do, whether that person or someone else is feeling all right.
But a local organization is hosting an event to help with those times.
Struggles and challenges in life can affect us all, and we don't always know how to handle them. But one local organization is hoping to get people through those tough times.
But we all deal with people that have had problems in the past that may affect the way that they interact with others and see the world. We could all learn to be a little bit more sympathetic.
The McDonough County Interagency Council is hosting its second professional development conference focused on helping people learn how to deal with trauma.
Trauma-informed care is teaching the caregiver how to adjust, accommodate, work with folks that have suffered trauma in their past.
The event will have speakers and social service agencies from several lines of work like police officers, counselors, doctors, and educators that can relate to dealing with effects of trauma. So they look to educate all on the most beneficial ways to understand and turn lives around before it's too late.
If we can help people when they're young, hopefully they turn out better able to cope with life if we can help them while they're still young.
Organizers are especially wanting people to work with kids in the event of troubling situations.
Talk to the kids, understand what has happened to them, and then find the best way to help them.
This will be an all-day conference free to the public on Friday, April 13th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Western Illinois University, Horban Hall.
Free event. Registration is not required but can be made with the contact information on the screen.
There are parking passes available on their website. They would like for people to bring one non-perishable food item. And Pete also wants students to know about coming out to talk directly with workers from various fields and learn more about their job in the Horban Gym from 11 to 1.
Well, we'll all know home-cooked meals are probably healthier than restaurant food.
Yeah.
But a new study is revealing out a new reason not to eat out.
In today's Health Minute, Reed Binion has a closer look at the impact fast food can have on your hormones.
It's convenient, but eating out may be taking a toll on your hormones. That's according to a study published in the journal Environment International. Researchers say dining out increases your exposure to potentially harmful chemicals. Those chemicals are called phthalates, and researchers say they can make your hormones go haywire. The study found that people who ate at restaurants and fast food outlets had 35% higher levels of phthalates than those who didn't. For years, eating foods with high levels of those chemicals have been linked to birth defects, and now scientists suspect the chemicals can disrupt hormones and cause fertility problems. Researchers say food is likely contaminated with those chemicals because it comes in contact with gloves and plastic packaging. Those same synthetic chemicals are also found in perfumes, hairsprays, and shampoos. The good news is that those chemicals only stay in the body for about a day. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Coming up after the break, News 3's Molly Naslin has the latest on the weather for your weekend plans and the snow we're expecting.
Don't move an inch. You're watching Good Morning Macomb.
I chose Western Illinois University because I could get involved right away. You're going to gain experience. I'm going to be able to just become successful right out the gate. I'll be a news reporter and eventually become a news anchor one day. I've always felt that as a strong speaker, I could be a voice for the voiceless. But as long as I continue to believe in myself, work hard, and show that I want to put my best foot forward, I think that anything is possible.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Good afternoon, or good morning actually, and welcome back. Right now we're at 34 degrees, and unfortunately we are only supposed to get about 1 degree higher, with our high is going to be 35 today. So we're not going to get very warm today. Our humidity is at 75%, and the winds are out of the northwest at 19 miles per hour, which is not helping us get any warmer than what we're seeing. In fact, it's going to feel colder than our high of 35 today because of those northwesterly winds. Looking at our averages, again, we're back to being well below what our average is for this time of the year. Our averages, again, are 59 and 37. I really wish we were back at that 83 record high. That would be really nice for this time of the day. But we're not going to be getting that warm, unfortunately. And this is part of the reason why we had 2 cold fronts move throughout the week. One is just south of us now, and then there's another one up north, and we are right in between the 2 of them. That's why it's getting very cold here. Looking at our Midwest weather tracker, as you can see, it's dark, the sun comes up, and then lots of clouds just all over the United States right now. Right over in our area, though, we are getting very thin and wispy clouds. However, they are enough to keep the sun from shining today, which is going to keep it from being warm. It's going to feel really cold today, unfortunately. Today, again, we're going to get up to 35 degrees here in Macomb. Beardstown, you will see 40, and Quincy, you will see 39. So 30s and 40s all across the board for today. Tonight, we are going to see a lot of teen temperatures with 16 degrees here in Macomb, 19 in Quincy, and 19 in Beardstown as well. Going to be a very cold one tonight. If you're thinking about going out, dress warmly. Then tomorrow, a little bit warmer with 40s all across the region here, with 40 in Macomb and 42 in Beardstown and Quincy. And then tomorrow night, we're going to get cold again down into the 20s this time, so not as cold as what we're going to see tonight, with 20 degrees here in Macomb, 23 in Beardstown, and 23 in Springfield. Tonight, again, partly cloudy skies with a low of 16. Now look at that wind. 15 miles per hour out of the north, and we could see gusts as high as 20 miles an hour tonight. It is going to be extremely cold. Maybe just stay in, watch Netflix, drink some hot cocoa. Tomorrow, we're going to have sunny skies with a little bit of cloud cover with a high of 40 degrees. Again, still extremely windy for tomorrow. Then for your 5-day forecast, we have, again, a break tomorrow with sunny skies. Unfortunately, Sunday, we do have a chance for snow back in our forecast. Monday, we're going to have cloudy skies. And look at that on Wednesday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 60. We're so close to spring.
Good thing the weather tomorrow won't impact the activities for the moms coming into town and the dog walk.
Mom's weekend is going to look really nice, besides that it's going to be a little bit chillier than what we're used to seeing.
And after the break, I will have 2 Leatherneck softball players with me. We'll look more into their home opener and the doubleheader this weekend against Fort Wayne up next.
Take a pizza pie, that's more.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
And welcome back. Joining me this morning are 2 distinguished softball players here at WIU. The first is Summer League Pitcher of the Year, Emily Ira, and the other is the one and only outfielder, Sam Rouse. Ladies, thank you for being here this morning.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so let's begin. We are halfway through the year, and we are just now having the home opener, coming off a 3-game win streak against the University of South Dakota. How's that feeling so far? Pretty good?
That felt pretty great. I think we kind of struggled a little bit at the beginning half the season trying to get our kind of feel, what works for us, what doesn't, and it all kind of clicked last weekend, and it was a lot of fun. I know we were all cheering in the dugout, kind of acting goofy, but truly being ourselves, and it showed.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so now can you tell me about the kind of the first half of the season? It was kind of, you had some great games and some weren't so great. What can you look to improve for the second half?
Well, the second half, like I said, the biggest takeaway is that we were kind of figuring out what works and what doesn't, trying people in different places, kind of coming together as a team. Like we have a fall ball season, but you don't really get to test the waters until you start, and that's what the preseason's all about. And now we're in season mode, we're in conference mode, and it's game time. We're ready to roll.
Now, Emily, last weekend, Western's offense put up 32 runs in 3 games. Pitching only gave up 19 runs. That's pretty good. Now, the bats are alive. How do you feel more confident, or do you feel more confident being in that circle?
Yeah, for sure. Knowing that I had the hitters behind me and being in the circle and just kind of throwing your game and not really having to worry about them coming back and having that tense moment, it really helps.
A little more balance and less pressure. Yeah. Emily, you've been here, Sam, sorry about that. You've been here for a few years now. Can you talk about some maybe the senior leadership roles at
Yeah, so there's a bunch of us actually that that we've been experienced. We have our team captains, which is 2 of the seniors, which is Kelsey Marlowe and Rachel Beatty, and then 1 of the juniors, which is Peyton Abbott, and then we have 2 other seniors, myself included, and then another Brooke Stolga, who's kind of like an infielder and pitcher. And so we just kind of like to share our wisdom. It's like, hey, we tell the freshmen. I remember when, like, beginning of the season, when, like, say a freshman would get in the box, you're like, don't worry about it. Like, it's your opportunity to gain. You just go have fun up there. Like, don't stress, because you have so many more at-bats to look forward to. And usually that's kind of like some nice words of encouragement that they get to hear, and they feel more comfortable and relaxed.
Yeah, that's great. Good for the future coming.
Yeah.
Emily, last season you had over 200 innings thrown. This year you're at 87, so you're probably going to hit 200 once again. You are Summit League Pitcher of the Year as of last year, so do you think everything from last year has kind of helped you develop what you've done this year?
Yeah, I do think that we do have a lot of pitchers this year, so I think that helps me not have to pitch as many games in the beginning of the season, so that throughout this, like the conference and stuff, that if I need to come in and help out, I can. And then I have my own games. I think that they're doing really well, and it's just a learning opportunity, and I think that we're only going to get better throughout the conference.
That's great. Now, we have Fort Wayne this weekend. We have a doubleheader on Saturday, 12 and 2 p.m., and we also have a game Sunday, which is going to be a little cold. I know last week you guys played South Dakota. Yeah. It was 26 degrees, 30-mile-an-hour winds. You guys won 20-12. You tied most runs ever for 20 runs. That's great. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And good luck this weekend. I think it's going to be a cold game. Are you guys kind of prepared for the weather a little bit?
Yeah,
or?
definitely last weekend. Definitely helped us prepare to.
This still isn't that bad compared to up in South Dakota. Yeah.
The wind was brutal.
Yeah.
It was brutal. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It's almost time for graduation. For many, they know where their next stepping stone after school is. But if you're one of those who don't yet, stay tuned because this might help you. We'll be right back.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand, said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Important information for job-seeking students. The Career Development Center is offering free professional clothes for students on the job hunt. It's called the Captain's Closet.
They have a selection of men's and women's clothing, including suits, shirts, pants, ties, and shoes. If you want to check it out, at the CDC is located in Memorial Hall in 125, and students are welcome to stop by during regular work hours, 8 a.m. and to 4:30 p.m.
So when they walk out of there with those sharp clothes, they can feel confident going into the interview and be ready to go.
Exactly. It gets them that next step.
That's right. And Molly, you're very popular right now. Everyone wants to know about the snow and how long we're going to have this cold.
We have been so up and down with the weather lately. Everyone wants to know what's going on. Tomorrow, sunshine with a high of 40. Sunshine. Just think about that. Finally, some sunshine. Until we get to Sunday, where we have some chances for snow and then only a high of 38. But look at Monday through Wednesday. Our temperatures slowly climb until Wednesday we peak at 60 degrees.
Right, one more time, sunshine.
Sunshine.
And we thank you for joining us this morning. We will not have a show on Tuesday, so we'll see you next Thursday for Live at 4.
Until then, follow us on Facebook or find us on Twitter. Just search News 3 WIU.
From all of us at News 3, have a good morning, Macomb.